have been memorable. In his rookie year, he engineered a second-half comeback as the Bulls upset the Celtics. Last year, in the playoffs, he scored an NBA record. Boston Garden tonight for the first time since that record-breaking performance. And he tries to pump the Bulls up and lead them to an upset. 32 Sports presents Chicago Bulls basketball. Boston Garden is the site tonight as the Bulls meet the Celtics for the second time this season. Good evening, everyone. This is Jim Durham with Johnny Kerr. The Bulls are in here to play the Boston Celtics, and you talk about maybe history repeating itself. I don't necessarily mean Michael Jordan scoring 63 points, but the Celtics, John, are playing this year at this time of the season the same way as they were last year. They're on a bit of a roll now. Well, they are. They've come home now. When they get back here, another sellout, Jim. This building, I can't remember the last time that there was one seat available. They get off the road. They were 7-3 in their last 10 games. The Bulls not playing that badly, 5-5 in their last 10 games. Yeah, and the Bulls, of course, are at the 500 mark at 14-14. The Bulls, in trying to bolster their bench, made a deal the other day just before the new year when they acquired Cedal Threatt from the Philadelphia 76ers. And before tonight's game, Johnny Kerr had a chance to visit with Doug Collins and get this assessment from Doug Collins.
Well, Red, first of all, he's a tough, competitive kid. He has outstanding speed and quickness, runs the floor very well. Given time, I feel like he can be a very good scorer for us. He has the ability to come off the bench. He's a streaky offensive player, a lot like Vinnie Johnson, maybe hit 3 or 4 jump shots in a row. And I think he's going to enable us to push the ball up the floor. And I think he's going to make us a little more flexible, give us another guy we can put in the game, maybe move Micahel down to small forward and play him some minutes down there. Flexibility is what Doug Collins is looking for, and maybe he's looking for it tonight because these Celtics are very difficult to match up with. Well, you might want to move Michael Jordan up to play Bird. He might be the quickest and best athlete on our team to try to do that, Jim. But he runs into another problem when he tries to match up against McHale and Robert Parish. 2 big guys, long arms, and they seem to feast on the Bulls. The weather in Boston today has been awful. It was tough getting here. Oh, boy, it was tough getting here, Jim. And they had what they call SYZYGY, which is Zizaji. And that's a planetary phenomenon when the sun, the moon, and the earth line up. And when it does, it triples the effect of the tides. And, boy, we had flooding at the hotel and everything today. Yeah, and it gave you the agita. It gave me the agita. It gave me the headache number 63. The Bulls and the Celtics tonight from Boston Garden. As Johnny mentioned, another sellout crowd is on hand for this. The Bulls trying to avenge an earlier loss to Boston in Chicago Stadium in front of a sellout crowd. And boy, what an upset would do for this Bulls team tonight if they were to get it. Yeah, well, they don't want to waste too much in this game either because they've got to go back tomorrow night to play again, another game against the Detroit Pistons, who are vastly improved. But they want to take a win from this Garden. They would love to get one here tonight, Jim. Tomorrow night, by the way, we'll have that one as well on Channel 32. We'll be back with the introductions tonight after these messages on the Bulls Network.
Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by Micahel. So exceptionally smooth, the night belongs to Micahel. By your Toyota dealers and the all-new Camry sedan and wagon. Who could ask for anything more? By the Illinois State Lottery. Play Lotto. You could capture millions. By Canon, the official camera of the Chicago Bulls. By the McDonald's of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. By new mid-grade the Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Chicago. By your local Ford dealers, the quality people with the quality products. And by Kemper Mutual Funds. There's never a bad time to make a good investment.
Sellout crowd in the Boston Garden settling back after the singing of our national anthem. Well, this foul weather today in New England didn't hold the crowd down. We're ready to go for the introductions tonight, so let's go to Andy Jick on the public address system.
Starting for Chicago at guard from Notre Dame at 6'2" is number 5, John Paxson. From North Carolina at 6'6" is number 23, Michael Jordan. At center from Ohio State at 6'11" is number 31, Granville Waiters. At forward from Detroit at 6'9", number 25, Earl Curitan. And from Virginia Union at 6'9" is number 34, Charles Oakley.
Collins staying with Oakley and Curitan at the forward spots. Waiters in the middle, Jordan and Paxson at the guard line. The Bulls at 5-10 on the road coming in here tonight. Now the starting five for the Boston Celtics.
At guard from Pepperdine at 6'4" is number 3, Dennis Johnson.
Dennis Johnson averaging 14.5 points a game.
From BYU at 6'5" is number 44, Danny Ainge.
Ainge was injured when the Bulls played the Celtics earlier.
At center from Centenary at 7 feet 1/2 inch, 00, Robert Parish.
Robert Parish averaging 18.3.
At forward from Minnesota at 6'10" is number 32, Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale in the top 10 in scoring and second on the ball club at 25.8.
At 6'9", number 33, Larry Bird.
He's second to that guy, C. Jones. KC closing in on career victory number 370. He is 3 wins shy of that. His club 4 straight wins and coming off a 4-2 road trip. The officials tonight, Paul Mahalik and Blaine Reichelt. We talked earlier, John, about the matchups tonight and how the Bulls will try to defend this Celtic team. Oakley will be guarding Parish, Curitan and Bird, Waiters and McHale, Jordan and Johnson, and Paxson and Ainge. But of course, with the acquisition of Seidel, Threet, a little more flexibility there for Doug Collins.
Yeah, you might see a lot of people on guarding that second guy, Bird, or trying to.
Just as the Celtics guarded Michael Jordan with everybody in the building almost in the playoffs last year. Boston in command of the all-time series, 70-33, and last year the Celtics won 5 out of 6. The lone Chicago victory came in the stadium, and it came on game 29. They're playing game 29 tonight. Celtics control the opening tip, and Dennis Johnson walks it into the front court. Michael Jordan guarding him. Robert Parish has it out high left. Oakley on him loosely. Bird comes around a screen, swings it left to Ainge. 12 to shoot. Ainge against Paxson. Ainge with a fake on the move, spins in low left. Lost the ball in traffic. Michael Jordan comes out with it. Here's Jordan on the drive, in on Dennis Johnson to the hoop and shoots it in. And the Bulls have the lead. Good job defensively by the Bulls that time.
Charles Oakley dove on the floor to keep that ball alive. Michael converted it.
Larry Bird wide to the right, plays the ball to Parish, right of the circle. Out to the left is Ainge, wide left is Dennis Johnson. Johnson around to McHale, pick on the drive of the lane, feeds it off inside. It's loose and out of bounds. The Bulls have it. He tried to dish to McHale, and the Celtics turn it over.
Two turnovers right away.
Very cold in here. It'll be tough to break a sweat tonight. Curitan has it out to the left. Bird guarding him. Granville Waiters between the rings. 12 on the shot clock. Left corner Jordan fakes past Johnson. Pull up shot left of the lane. Bank no. Robert Parish the rebound.
Boy, he had Dennis Johnson so faked out that it looked like he almost took too much time for the shot.
Dennis Johnson up court for the Celtics. Right side is Bird, guarded by Curitan. Bird with 12 on the clock. Takes the long outside jumper. No, we got an illegal defense call. What's the call, Paul Mahalik? Illegal defense against the Bulls.
If you watched that play, Jim, like you and I did right in front of us, there was nobody giving any help at all, and it was just Errol Curitan one-on-one against Bird. I don't know if they were going to cheat. They better get over there and help out, not get caught with their hand in the jar like that.
Bird looking to inbound. He comes into McHale in the right corner. Bird for 3, right wing. Yep. 3-2 Boston. John Paxson in the front court for the Bulls. Oakley has it on the walk to the right, and traveling called on Oakley.
Well, they make you pay, don't they? They get a legal defense right away, and they throw it to Bird outside the three-point lane. Bam. On the board. Erase those 2 turnovers. We're ahead.
Yep. There's Danny Ainge at the controls, off to the left, guarded by Paxson. Bird pops out, shoots it up, head of the key, missing. Charles Oakley the rebound. Outlets to Paxson. Paxson to the front court. The Bulls looking to regain the lead. Paxson a bouncer into Curitan, low left. Back to Paxson, the left wing. Charles Oakley head of the key, fake smash McHale, then lost the ball in the lane. Danny Ainge digs it out. Celtics on the run. Danny Ainge on the drive, a dish to Bird. Bird is fouled by Curitan right of the key. Earl Curitan called for a reach-in foul on Larry Bird. Bird to put it in play in a 3-2 game, and he comes into Danny Ainge. Ainge off to the left, guarded by Jordan. A lob pass to McHale in deep left corner. Danny Ainge steps in, left baseline, shot is good. And Danny Ainge puts the Celtics up 5-2. Michael Jordan in the Bulls front court. Charles Oakley, top of the key, on the walk left. Plays it wide left to Curitan. Out front, Paxson. 20-footer by Pax. Good. Top of the circle. John Paxson, who scored 20 against Golden State the other day. In the Bulls lost to the Warriors and fouled out of the game. Seemed like he was on the bench half the game.
That really hurt, didn't it, when he went out?
He still had 20 points in the ball game. Top of the key is McHale. Gives it up to Dennis Johnson. Right of the circle, Bird in deep pass and a foul on Waiters on a pass intended for McHale. Granville Waiters tried to reach over and poke it away and got hit with a foul, his first.
Well, Curitan now has a foul, and Waiters, both of them are reaching type of foul.
Bird inbounding to McHale inside. Scoop pass to Parish. Knocked free to McHale. He had it knocked away again. Ball on the floor. Waiters down to dig it out. Gives to Paxson. John Paxson into the front court. Right side Oakley going to the hoop. Lays it up. Traveling called on Oakley. That's the second travel. It's almost as if the officials have been watching game films and they say, look, Oakley's taken too many steps when it's not being called.
That's right. He did it twice that time.
Here's Dennis Johnson. Feeds it to Bird off to the right. Bird plays to Parish, right of the key. Swings it left to Danny Ainge. Outside left is Dennis Johnson. DJ, long jumper. No good for the left. Rebound, loose ball foul. Larry Bird went over the back of Oakley. Bird picks up the first personal foul against Boston. Kevin McHale. First foul in McHale. Foul is against McHale.
Shot just hangs up there nicely on the rim. Bird sneaked inside, and McHale gave a little push.
Yeah, McHale shoved Waiters, and Bird went over Oakley. Out to the left is Paxson, hounded by Ainge. Pax turning on the dribble, takes it top of the key. He's being picked up by Parish now. Shot clock at 10. Pax in the drive to the foul line. A bouncer into Waiters. Left wing Jordan. Michael comes up shooting. Good. Michael Jordan with 4. And the Bulls move in front by 1. Boston on the attack. Dennis Johnson head of the key. Over the top pass into Robert Parish. Turns in deep and traveling called on Parish.
It's a big man. Big man travel time. Michael was going after it too. He was going to block that turnaround shot.
When the ball goes inside, the Bulls really surround the Celtics. Here's Paxson on the move off to the left. Pax guarded by Ainge, wide left. 14 to shoot. Pax has stopped the dribble outside left. Lob pass into Oakley. Left corner Paxson. Pax with a fake on Ainge. Steps in along the baseline underneath. Dribbles it out to the right. 4 on the clock. Long jumper. No good from the right. Rebound Dennis Johnson. Celtics take it back looking to get the lead. DJ into the front court. Guarded by Jordan at the foul line. Johnson backs it out head of the key. Bird, a lob pass into Parish, low right. He backs on Waiters. Turnaround shot is in. Robert Parish puts Boston up by 1.
Parish has been as big a thorn in the side of the Bulls as McHale has been. 14 rebounds he averaged against us, Jim, in 6 games last year.
Because in offensively they're a thorn in the side because Bird enters the ball to them.
Yes.
You got to come and guard Bird. Here's Curitan feeding Jordan right of the lane. Michael lean in, had the shot knocked away. Jordan gets it back, 8 to shoot. Long jumper, good on the right side. Michael Jordan with 6, just inside of the 3-point stripe. He hit that one. 8 to 7. Bulls the lead. Celtics in the front court. Bird has it off to the right against Curitan. Bird holding 15 to shoot underneath McHale. He lost the ball going up, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Bulls with 11 on the shot clock. Boston to come in.
Bulls have been tough, Jim. When that ball goes in low, they're forcing a lot of turnovers in there, or not. The Celtics not allowing them to get the shot off.
Larry Bird on the bounce to Ainge. Left corner jumper and an out, and Charles Oakley the rebound. Oakley covers up, looks for the guard, and Paxson has to peel back to get it. John Paxson in the front court for the Bulls, who lead by 1. 6:55 left in the quarter. Jordan holds it to the right. Waiters has it top of the circle. On the left wing, Paxson, the long outside jumper. Rimming no. Rebound, Michael Jordan lost it to Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson comes into the front court. Johnson down the lane, right side, gives it up to Ainge. He comes across the lane in deep, scoops to Parish, and he dunked it. Robert Parish with a right-hand jam, and Boston up by 1.
Good movement of the ball. They just take it to the corner, bring it to the middle, take it to the corner, and bring it to the middle, give it to a big guy cutting, and it's Slambo.
John Paxson controlling for the Bulls off to the left. Pax is standing dribble against Danny Ainge. Shot clock at 11. Pax has picked it up into Curitan, low left against Bird. Left corner Paxson, back into Curitan, across the lane, running hook is in. Earl Curitan dumped that hook home, and it's a 10-9 Chicago lead. Ainge controlling for Boston, front court right side. He's in the corner. Lob pass to Bird, baseline right against Curitan. Bird getting doubled along the baseline. Back out to Ainge. His 3-point try. Good. Boston 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Danny Ainge with 5. That's why you can't double on Bird.
Well, you see where Ainge went right to the three-point line.
Oakley with it to the right. Curitan swings to Paxson. Pax left of the key, 10 to shoot. Paxson the move, right side Jordan. The outside jumper by Michael. Rims high, no good. Rebound tipped out. Oakley to Jordan. Bulls keep it. Michael on the move against Dennis Johnson. Lean in shot, banked it in. Jordan has 8. The game tied at 12.
That's twice they've given Michael a repeat. Bang, bang, he hit him on him.
Dennis Johnson stops the dribble off to the right. Down low he plays to McHale. He backs in on Waiters. McHale a jump pass to Ainge. Left corner shot by Ainge is in. 7 for Ainge, 4 for Parish, 3 for Bird. The Celtics lead by 2, 14-12. Michael Jordan controlling for the Bulls. Gives to Waiters between the rings. Off to the left he plays to Oakley. Back to Paxson now, top of the key. Right side Jordan, 10 on the clock. Michael fakes on Johnson. Pull-up jumper, no good out front. Rebound Curitan. Wheels back in on Bird. Hooks it on Parish and hits it. Earl Curitan with 2 right-hand hooks. And the game tied at 14.
He did that well in the game at home, too.
Larry Bird at the stripe to the right. Leans over the dribble against Curitan. Bird on the move around a Parish screen. Gets in the lane. Flip shot is in. Bird a little finger roll from about 12 feet out front.
I think he traveled on that one, but he's got such a great move, they're going to let it go.
And Boston leads by 2 as Paxson controls it. Pax on the walk to the left. Shot clock at 12. Oakley has the ball left of the circle. Alley-oop to Jordan. He got fouled by Dennis Johnson. First foul of the game on Dennis Johnson. Boston has committed 2 team fouls and a timeout taken by the Celtics. 4:14 left in the quarter. Boston in front by a couple, 16-14 on the Bulls network. Following the New Jersey game, you buy a ticket for the game and you get to enjoy the sounds of El DeBarge for free. Tickets for this game and tickets for all Bulls games available at the stadium box office. All Ticketron locations or charged by phone. Call 853-3636. Celtics with a 2-point lead. Good shooting both ways early on. Bulls 7 of 11 from the field and Boston 7 out of 10.
How come
and 2 Celtic hoops from 3-point range.
I was going to say there's no free throws. We each have 7 hoops. How can they be beating us by 2? You know why? I saw Ainge hit one, and then I saw a guy named Larry Bird hit one.
A pair of threes.
Bulls spending a lot of time with Waiters out past the 3-point circle, Jim, with the ball. I mean, not in where he could take a shot if he wanted to take it. I mean, he's way out there.
The Bulls get it in play to Paxson in the right corner. Charles Oakley on the dribble, plays to Jordan left of the key. Michael on the drive, down the lane to the right, lean in shot, hits the side of the glass. Robert Parish the rebound, outlets to Bird, up court to Ainge. Ainge off to the right, covered by Waiters. Here's Bird down the lane in deep, over the head pass to Ainge, right corner jumper, in and out, and Charles Oakley the Bulls rebound. Michael Jordan gives to Paxson shy of the timeline. Now Pax comes across against Ainge. A hoop ties it. Oakley top of the key. Left side is Curitan. Curitan's 15-footer on the way. No good from the left. Rebound Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson doing a good job on the glass as Jordan plays inside. Bird for 3. Good on the right side.
He knew he was going to shoot.
Afterthought.
Before he caught it, he knew he was going to throw that up, Jim.
8 points for Bird and Boston in front 19-14. Waiters has it between the rings. Comes left to Paxson. Low left is Oakley. Wheels with a hook up. Good on McHale. Charles Oakley with a hook down, and it's a 3-point Celtic lead. Danny Ainge right side holding. Now dumps it into McHale low right. His hook is good over Granville Waiters. The Celts decide, well, we've been outside long enough tonight. Let's pound it in for a while.
What do you think Bird will do next time he gets it? Think he'll drive to the hoop or fire 3?
He'll pass it into McHale. Oakley plays it left to Curitan. Now to Oakley, top of the circle. Down low right, Jordan. Michael's turnaround shot good. Michael Jordan in a post-up of Johnson. 10 points for Jordan. It's 21-18.
Robert Parish says, I love to play against Chicago. I love to watch Michael play. He says, I know our guards don't have the same feeling as I do.
It's like Michael saying he wanted to dunk on Patrick Ewing, right?
Yeah.
Dave Corzine said, why do you say that? Here's the outside shot by Danny Ainge. Good from the left. The Celtics continue to burn the net off. 9 points for Ainge, and the Celtics lead at 23-18. Granville Waiters between the circles. Comes left to Oakley. The outside shot by Charles Oakley is in. Oakley with 4.
See where Waiters was again on that pass? Way out there. He couldn't.
Danny Ainge off to the left has picked it up into McHale. Turnaround shot good on a foul call.
I think you might want to just play in front of Mr. McHale when he's there.
The Bulls are taking time after that foul called on Granville Waiters. Timeout Bulls, 2:07 left to go in the quarter, and Boston leads at 25-20 on the Bulls Network. In Boston, we apologize for being unable to air the Doug Collins Show or Kerr's Corner tonight. Don't forget, after the ball game tonight, it's the Fiesta Bowl live on the new MAQ. Elston Turner and Dave Corzine come on for the Bulls. Michael Jordan sits down along with Granville Waiters.
I don't think it'll be too much longer. We might see Treat in there. Oh, you know, let's see, Michael Jordan is out, right? Yeah.
With Elston Turner in the game. Kevin McHale on the line, an 83% free thrower, trying to convert on a three-point play, and he does. And the Celtics have a 7-point lead. Elston Turner hands to Paxson in the backcourt. Pax comes across. Hot shooting by Boston in a cold building. Paxson out to the left, works around a Corzine screen, feeds it off to the right to Oakley. He dumped it into Curitan. Back to Oakley. Charles to the hoop. Left hand reverse, missed. Rebound McHale. McHale comes out with a pass up court to Danny Ainge. Ainge on the left wing, and off the ball it's called. Got a foul on Oakley. Bird threw one in after the whistle from Hartford. Charles Oakley. You know what the Bulls are trying to do is beat McHale to the position on the floor.
And that's just what Doug is saying. Don't we have both sides the availability to get to that spot?
Bird deep left corner for three, missed that one, and Charles Oakley the rebound. Up court to Curitan. Curitan in on Dennis Johnson, and he takes it back outside to Paxson.
Look at it, Pax. Look at three.
Curitan has it wide to the right. Curitan holding on Bird. Shot clock at 10. Corzine top of the key. Inside, backdoor to Paxson. His shot is blocked. The ball is loose and out of bounds to Boston.
Well, I didn't see what happened that time. I was shielded out, but there was three guys standing all around Pax. All right, here comes Sedale Treat. He'll get his first minutes, Jim, here with 1:23 to go in the first quarter.
Why doesn't Seasting come in the game?
Why doesn't somebody leave?
Now they won't let either player in. Gene Banks, Sedale, Threet, and Seasting all at the scorer's table. Bulls with full court pressure. Elston Turner guarding Dennis Johnson. Johnson into the front court. Turner guards him out between the rings. Shot clock at 12. DJ's picked up the dribble. Bird has it right of the circle. 18-footer right through.
Oh, man, you got to just take a film of him. Watch him go set a screen, and everybody drops back, and then he just go get the ball and throws it in.
He's got 10. Boston leads at 28-20. 58 seconds left in the quarter. Off to the right, Elston Turner. Hit down low right, Corzine. Got bumped by Parish, no call. Boston comes away with a steal, and Parish on the break kicks it out of bounds. So the Bulls have it. Threet and Banks come in. Seasting comes in for Boston. Dennis Johnson is out. Paxson sits down, and Curitan sits down for the Bulls. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Sedale Threet into the front court. Right side, Turner. Oakley has it, top of the key. Left side, Sedale Threet. Shot clock at 12. Corzine feeds it off to the right to Oakley. Here's a pass tipped away by Seasting. 6 on the clock. Threet gets it in the backcourt. 3 on the clock. Threet's three-point shot out front. Banked off the glass. Boston the rebound. Bird out and running on the break. Bird feeds Parish, and Turner steals the ball. Ahead to Oakley. Charles Oakley blows in. Feeds Threet. Left baseline jumper on the way. In and out. Rebound Bird. Oakley got knocked down, no foul called. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Danny Ainge with the ball underneath to McHale to the hoop, lays it in. 4 seconds left. 10-point game. The Bulls get it in play to Threet, 2 seconds, and Threet in the front court shoots a 35-footer off the glass, and after one, Boston in front by 10. 30-20 score. Back with the second quarter after these messages on the Bulls Network. On the Bulls Basketball Network.
This is WFLD TV, Fox 32 in Chicago.
Jim Durham with Johnny Kerr in the Boston Garden. The Celtics with a 10-point lead after one quarter tonight. Now, something we've seen a lot of in this game, John, is and the Bulls are one of the, if not the best rebounding team in the NBA. A lot of red shirts with inside position, but a lot of Celtics coming away with the ball. Larry Bird over Charles Oakley in the one sequence that we had here earlier. Michael Jordan, who scored 10 points for the Bulls in the first half to lead the Bulls in scoring, has given Dennis Johnson a workout, and DJ is scoreless so far. But seems strange that there have been so many of those rebounds get away. Here's Turner, a pull-up shot left of the lane, good. Elston Turner hits the shot. He fell down afterwards. It's 30-22. Danny Ainge has it out front, holding it knee high against Turner. Ainge, a bounce pass right side to Bird. And he bounces it back out to Ainge, top of the key. Turner covers, 10 to shoot. They get it underneath to Roberts, and he gets the jam. Fred Roberts, who's in the game, gets a right-hand dunk. Good ball movement by the Celtics, and they go back up by 10. Corzine with the ball, top of the circle. Banks on the left wing. On the drive across the lane. Scoop pass to Corzine. The ball trickles out of bounds to Chicago. Brad Sellers let it roll with 11 on the shot clock. The Bulls will come in from the left baseline. Banks looks to bring it in. Comes into Turner. Corzine left of the lane. He fires. Good. Corzine drops a 15-footer home. 32-24 Boston. Kevin McHale in low right. McHale backs in on Corzine. Turnaround shot. Rimming no. And Brad Sellers, the Bulls rebound. Seidel Threet pushes it up on the drive. Threet on the move left against Danny Ainge. Guarded by McHale now on the switch. Out to the left is Sellers. Lean in shot. Bank no. And Larry Bird, the Boston rebound. Bird flips the pass out to Danny Ainge. Larry Bird fakes past Brad Sellers in the lane. Lean in 12-footer. In and out. Seidel Threet the rebound. Threet pushes it up on the drive. Right corner Elston Turner. He takes the outside shot. Missed it. Bird another rebound. Brings it up on the dribble. Bird on the move. Left of the key against Banks. Shoots it up. No good. Foul on Banks. Bird shoots two. Banks with his first foul.
Even when they don't have movement, they have movement. 72% from the field for the Celtics. 50% for the Bulls. And the Celtics had 6 turnovers in that first quarter.
Yeah, boy, they offset that, don't they, with that great shooting. Bird shoots 90% from the foul line on the season, and he rims the first one no good. It's about the first thing he has missed tonight. Robert Parish returns. Kevin McHale is out. And Dennis Johnson coming back. And since Michael Jordan comes in, that's why DJ is already on the floor. Jordan in for Threet. Bird drops the second free throw. Boston by 9. Turner coming into the front court, guarded by Seasting. Turner out to the left, hook pass to Banks, foul line. Gino fires, rimming no. Corzine the rebound over Parish. The follow-up shot rims in, and a foul on Robert Parish.
Good work by Dave Corzine. He gets his second hoop, got the offensive rebound. The little ball came right back to him, and Parish commits the foul.
Corzine, a 75% free thrower. About to attempt the first Bulls free throw of the game. Remember, Drew Hayes weekday mornings on WMAQ from 5 to 10 a.m. You get all the information you need and a lot of conversation in the process. Corzine missing the free throw. It's 33-26 Boston. Parish has it out high right. Left side Seasting. Seasting against Turner. Hook pass underneath Parish. Turnaround jump. Nope. Rebound tipped away. Loose ball foul. Brad Sellers over the back of Fred Roberts.
The ball was awful short by the Chief as he turned around to take the shot on the baseline.
Thought he was fouled.
Parish went up with it short, and then it's a loose ball foul.
Brad Sellers with his first foul. Bird triggers to Johnson. Seasting has it on the right side. Parish top of the key. Hands the ball to Dennis Johnson off the circle left. Bird a hook pass inside Parish. Turnaround shot rims in this time. Robert Parish has 6. And the Boston lead is 9 again. Elston Turner controlling for the Bulls. Out front Sellers, right side Jordan. The outside jumper won't go for Michael. Corzine the rebound and follow. Battle off the glass. Nope. Ball tipped out to Jordan. Michael back to the hoop in low left. Shoots it in. Draws the foul. Michael Jordan on the line.
Corzine just doesn't have the hang time that Michael does. Dave went in there pretty strongly. Got belted a little bit. Ball came back out again. Michael decided, heck with the jumper, I'm going to take it all away. So he did. He goes up, hangs, brings, down, grabs it.
And was fouled by Fred Roberts. Bird is out as Darren Day, he was a Bull earlier in the year, comes on for Boston. Celtics also have a player on a 10-day contract, Connor Henry. Jordan missing the free throw attempt. So the Bulls are 0 for 2 from the foul line. They trail 35-28. Day with a lob pass into Parish, left of the lane. Parish turns and shoots on Corzine and hits it from the left baseline. Robert Parish with 8. With Bird out of the game now, they'll pound it inside to Parish. Lob pass into Jordan, low right, around Dennis Johnson. Pumps the shot up, no good. Rebound, tipped around. Finally, Fred Roberts clears it out. Seasting into the front court. Roberts doesn't see the pass. Brad Sellers the steal. Feeds Turner in for the left side, and Turner is fouled by Seasting. Seasting with his first foul, and Elston Turner shoots 2.
Good play by Brad Sellers that time, and I think he was looking for a flip up by the rim. He would have got the slam dunk, but Seasting makes the play that you have to do. You have to take the guy out that looks like he's going to shoot the ball. Now E.T. will have to make a couple from the line.
On the air, Turner 9 of 10 from the foul line. Drops in his first free throw here. That's the first one made by the Bulls in 3 attempts.
You know, it's so cold in this building. I don't know if it's free throws or what. They just don't look right. Shoot them. I mean, Bird split a pair too.
Turner's second shot rims out. Parish the rebound.
Parish the thought.
7:29. Huh?
Parish the thought.
Yeah. Dennis Johnson between the circles. Boy, look at Turner play Seasting off the ball to deny them the pass. Johnson has it right side, 8 to shoot. Right of the lane, Parish backs on Corzine. Double pump, fadeaway shot on Corzine is in. Robert Parish has 10 and 6 lately. 10-point lead for Boston. Brad Sellers on the walk to the right, picks up the dribble. Jordan low right against Johnson. Turnaround shot on the hang move, won't go. Rebound Roberts. Outlets to Seasting. Seasting at the top of the key. Comes left, plays it wide left to Dennis Johnson. Jordan on him. Johnson on the move, top of the circle. Underneath Roberts, off to Day, right of the lane. 10 to shoot. Back into Roberts, fakes on Sellers and draws the foul.
Jump ball.
Jump ball called, says Paul Micahel. Jump ball, Brad Sellers and Fred Roberts.
Now, Fred Roberts has been around, Jim, many teams, and now he's got one slam dunk in the game. He goes right into pivot, gets the position he wants. He gives a couple fakes. Brad is up in the air, but he comes right down on the ball. Good jump play. I see Brad take him and hold the other end. Good
call. Bulls control the tip. Michael Jordan has it. Jordan coming in the front court with 7:35 left in the half. 39-29 Boston. Banks with the ball way off to the right, holding at the three-point strike. Jordan has it now, 8 to shoot. Jordan left around a Corzine screen. Corzine shoots on Dennis Johnson. Bank shot no good from the right, cleared by Parish. Outlet to Darren Day on the break. Day to the hoop around Banks. Inside, missed the layup. Roberts misses the tip. Brad Sellers the rebound. Sellers on the drive into the front court. Takes it all the way against Parish and scoops it up, no good. And an offensive foul on Brad Sellers. That's a good call, and here's why. Paul Micahel said he cleared out, and he did against Robert Parish. Yeah, he didn't, did he? He kept the arm tucked.
But he had it up there where he could see it, you know.
He did, but he didn't swing it out.
Nope.
He kept it tucked. Here's Dennis Johnson into the front court. Parish with a ball right of the key. Seasting has it left of the circle. Left of the lane is Roberts. Roberts had the ball knocked away by Turner. E.T. down on the deck. And we get another jump ball called. Elston Turner and Fred Roberts. Good job by Elston Turner, boy.
He doesn't give Seasting a shot. Seasting is dangerous when he's open.
He is fighting through everything. A timeout taken. 6:47 remaining in the half. Boston by 10, 39-29 on the Bulls network. Very cold here in the Boston Garden tonight, but it warms up in playoff time.
Boy, is it cold here.
Yeah, but boy, has it been hot here in recent springs. Turner and Roberts, height advantage to the Celtics in this jump ball. Blaine Reichelt to toss it up. And the tip controlled by Dennis Johnson. Seasting has it guarded by Paxson. Right corner, Fred Roberts. Roberts dumps it into Parish, low right. He wheels past Oakley and jams it. Robert Parish with 12 on the spin drive out of the post against Charles Oakley.
Oh, boy.
Once Charles bought the fake, see you later. Here's Jordan against Dennis Johnson. Baseline right. Micahel underneath. Lays it in. Jordan went down. No foul called. 14 points for Jordan. Open season under the hoop tonight.
Boy, it is, isn't it?
Dennis Johnson on the walk between the rings. Right side is Seasting. 12 on the shot clock. Seasting, long outside jumper is in. Only for 2. Celtics by 12. Sellers swings it left to Jordan. Micahel on the move against Dennis Johnson in from the left. Back outside Turner. Turner dumps it into Sellers. Turnaround shot. Rimming good. And a foul on Fred Roberts, his second, and Brad Sellers to the line.
That's who I would want to post up. Roberts, again, as I mentioned, a journeyman player, and he was allowed to just go in and do what he wanted. About 3 rebounds.
But you're not going to have that opportunity as McHale, Bird, and Ainge all return.
Well,
the Celts with their starting, that's right, they got their starting lineup there. Doug Collins visiting on the bench with his assistants, Gene Littles, Tex Winter, Johnny Bach is here. Sellers misses the free throw, and McHale tipped it out of bounds. So the Bulls get the ball back.
The Bulls are what, 1 for 5, Jimmy, free throwing?
That's what I have.
Yes, sir.
5:49 left in the half. Turner inbounding to Jordan. Outside is Paxson. Right side, Michael Jordan. Dennis Johnson is on him. It's a call. Traveling on Jordan as he tried to make his move on a drive against Dennis Johnson. DJ wants to throw deep off the inbounds, but comes into Danny Ainge. Jordan is guarding Bird. Here we go. Ainge with a pass to Bird along the right baseline. And off the ball, Parish is knocked down. Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley with his second. They called him Charles Barkley. Listen to the reaction. The public address announcer called him Charles Barkley. I can see the resemblance.
Did he credit? Just about the same weight.
5:32 left in the half. Boston by 10. They come into McHale down low right. McHale gets doubled. Jump pass cross court to Dennis Johnson. Inside pass stolen by Brad Sellers. Sellers on the drive feeds Jordan down against Bird. And Michael Jordan got fouled by Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge
that
said
ought
no.
to be. Michael is saying, hey, maybe we ought to get the ball after that one.
Yeah, Ainge is saying, no, I didn't do anything to him. And all of a sudden he went flying right out of the picture. Good steal by Sellers. He comes right over the top, takes the ball just enough past DJ, and then he puts the bullet to Michael. Now, there's a case, you know, Ainge says, no, I didn't. Why do these guys always want to get a fight with me? I don't do those things.
Yeah. Ainge picking up the foul, his first. Jordan drills the free throw. He's got 15 points in the game. 5:22 left in the half. Second shot by Michael. That one is also in, and the Bulls trail 43-35. Dennis Johnson into the front court. Boy, this would be the time if the Bulls are gonna. They need to make a run at him. Crowd's quiet. McHale has it head of the key. Dennis Johnson against Turner left of the circle. Bird dumps it into McHale low right. Double fake. Half hook is in. McHale with 9. Celtics keep the 10-point lead. Paxson on the move off to the right. Pax backs it out, guarded by Danny Ainge. Brad Sellers between the circles, comes left to Jordan. Shot clock at 9. Oakley down low left against Parish. Out front, Elston Turner, a fake on Bird. Right corner, Paxson. Pax lean in shot. Right baseline is good. John Paxson has 4. The Bulls stay within 8. Dennis Johnson brings it up. DJ, a hook pass underneath to Bird, and he lays it up. No good. Got a foul call, though.
What a play for a Bird to get loose down low.
Foul is on Jordan.
Dennis Johnson spots Bird, bullet passes it underneath. Bird has the ball, goes up in the air. Like we really couldn't see it here watching the two, but Jordan gets the foul and free throws knocked in by Bird.
$12 points for Bird in the game. 13. Boston up 10. 4:30 left in the half. Bird is guarding Elston Turner as the Bulls play with the 3 guard types out there. Paxson out to the left. Shot clock at 13. Jordan has it off to Paxson left wing. Pax feeds it to Turner. E.T. with a fake, dumps it into Charles Oakley down low, and a foul on Robert Parish. Parish with his second foul.
Now, didn't this club just go public or in the process of going public and selling shares?
They have. They've sold shares.
Sell some to the oil or heat company here in town. This is the coldest building I've ever been in, and I don't think that they pay their heat bills here.
We were told that at the shoot-around practice this morning, that the Boston Garden did not pay its oil bill, and therefore it's cold.
Man, we're paying for it.
That's it. Oakley on the foul line. Misses the free throw.
All of a sudden, the free throw shooting by the Bulls has really gone sour.
Turner out, Curitan back. Curitan guards Bird. And Jordan goes back to a guard spot. Charles Oakley pushes the second free throw. That one is in. 5 points for Oakley. The Bulls down by 9. 4:10 left to go in the half. Dennis Johnson into the front court. Hook pass into Bird. Fadeaway shot right of the lane is in. See, he's only missed one, right? I have him with one miss. Out to the left is Paxson. Oakley with a fake on Parish. Plays it wide left to Paxson. Oakley gets it back. Michael Jordan's outside jumper. Good on the right wing. Michael Jordan has 18 points tonight. Bird with 15 in the game. Dennis Johnson right side has stopped the dribble. There's a pass into Bird. Bird double teamed along the right baseline. Pivots into the corner. Plays to Dennis Johnson. Open shot. Danny Ainge left wing. Good. Just swing it, boys, until we get a guy open.
That's what they did.
And they do it so well. Ainge with 11. 51-40. Celtics by 11. Jordan dumps it into Curitan down low left against Bird. A bounce pass off to Oakley, and Charles's foul going for the hoop. McHale or Parish. Foul is on Kevin McHale, his second. Charles Oakley with 5 points in the game. Do we have a fan on us from behind?
I'm going to tell you something. It is I can't believe a team has got all those green pens. We're going to grab one of those and wrap around our feet.
All those green flags, right?
Flags
or grab them all and start a fire. Oakley's free throw is in.
I bet you it's not as cold outside as it is in here. What was the name of that thing we were talking about? A Zizaji? Is that what it does here? The Zizaji?
I don't know. All I know is the water came up lapping near the hotel door this morning. Oakley's second shot rims out. 51-41. You could get fresh lobster and how they'd swim to your plate. Ainge with a bounce pass right side to Johnson. DJ holding on Jordan. Shot clock at 12. Out front Ainge, in deep McHale, and he's hammered underneath before the shot by Brad Sellers.
Boy, Sellers played him right, I thought, Jimmy. He fronted him, but the guy that was playing Ainge on the side and Dennis Johnson, they've got to overplay that, man, so they can't just swing it around and bury it down the middle.
The Bulls are over the limit, so McHale to shoot 2. He has 9 points tonight. Hits the free throw. Boston with a total of 4 points off its bench. But they're cruising 52-41. You know when you want to play these guys?
That front line.
You want to play them in the third game in 4 nights. You want to play them on the third game.
Their front line all shooting over 50%.
McHale makes the next one. McHale with 11. And the Celtics lead by 12. Tomorrow night, remember, Detroit Pistons in Chicago Stadium. And the WMAQ Channel 32 simulcast at 7:30. Curitan gives to Jordan on the right side. Michael guarded by Dennis Johnson. 8 to shoot. Down low right Oakley. Back to Jordan in the right corner. 5 on the clock. Michael with a fake in the lane. Pumps the shot up. Got it blocked. Ball tipped out to Ainge. Boston on the move. Danny Ainge angles to the right. Guarded by Paxson. Celtics spread the court and dump it to McHale for the layup. Super play. 13 for McHale. Boston up 14. 2:20 left to go in the half. Paxson comes left to Michael Jordan. Shot clock at 12. Down low left is Oakley. Charles in deep. Turnaround shot. Rebound knocked around on the floor, and out of there with it is Danny Ainge. Ainge has got Johnson on the right side. Finds him. Return feed to Bird. Goes through his hands. He tried to save it. Parish ends up with it. Outside to the left is Ainge. Dennis Johnson left the lane. Fadeaway shot is in. His first 2 points. Boston is putting it to the floor now, leading by 16.
I wish you could have seen that, Jim. Bird running into the stand, seeing that his teammate still had the ball alive, rushed back on the court just as Johnson hit the shot.
Boy, the Boston Celtics have opened up a 16-point lead with 1:47 left in the half and a timeout, Chicago. 57-41 is the score. Back after these messages on the Bulls Network. Trailblazers in the stadium, and they're in for their only appearance of the year, remember. Tickets left at the stadium box office, at Ticketron, or if you prefer, charge by phone, call 853-3636. For the game, Boston is 24 of 33 from the field. That is 73%. The Bulls are 18 of 40, 45%. And the Celtics lead by 16. Oakley inbounding to Waiters. Curitan hands to Paxson in the cut by to the left. Pax turns in a dribble against Danny Ainge. Out front is Curitan. Right side Jordan. Micahel dances into the corner. Parish has picked him up in the switch. Jordan on the drive. Shoots it up baseline right. Missed it. Rebound Danny Ainge. Bulls aren't moving the ball offensively.
No, sir.
Bird has it off to the right against Curitan. Cross court left to Danny Ainge. Down low left Parish. Fouled by Oakley as he came into the lane. Oh, it's on Paxson. First foul on Paxson. And Robert Parish shoots two.
Parish is shooting, Jim, that front line. Bird shoots 52% on the year. McHale shoots 59.6. That's 60% on the year. Parish 54%. Oakley, Curitan, and Waiters are 41, 44, and 42.
Right now,
quite a difference.
Right now, if the Celtic front line was shooting what it shoots on the season, the Bulls would be in front. Because that would be about 53% as opposed to the 73 that they're shooting. Parish splits the free throws. He's got 13 points tonight. Boston leads at 58-41. Oakley gives to Jordan off to the right and off the ball. We get an offensive foul called on Earl Curitan. Waiters? Yep. Third foul on Waiters. Brad Sellers with three. Doug Collins gets Dave Corzine to the scorer's table.
And I didn't see an awful lot of pushing down there with Waiters setting the screen, but there's a certain way of doing it. And if you'll come to a game and keep your eye on the way McHale goes and takes his position down low, that is the way to do it and not get caught at it.
Dennis Johnson controlling. Larry Bird has it off to the left. Danny Ainge between the circles. Left wing is Bird. He goes baseline left and shoots good. Nope, wouldn't go off the glass. And then McHale on the rebound. Oakley had inside position, and the foul is called on Charles Oakley.
That was almost a play. I swear that was almost a play. McHale was over in the same area as Bird. Bird drove through it high off the glass, like if it misses McHale, it'd be there for the rebound. He was, and he got fouled.
Now Mike Brown comes in. And Oakley sits down. Brown checking in. Oakley with his three fouls. McHale rims the free throw good. 14 points for McHale. 15. 60-41 Celtics by 19. You know what maybe they do in Boston? Since they have such a lack of depth on the bench, keep the building cool. Your players don't get tired out, right? Here's Paxson on the drive. Hook pass back to Curitan. 18-footer out front on the lip. Nope. Rebound Dennis Johnson. Bird has released, and he's got a gimme at the other end. 17 for Larry Bird. Boston up by 21. That's 11 straight by the Celtics. 27 seconds left in the half. Paxson at the controls. Comes left in the dribble against Ainge. 12 to shoot. Corzine out to Paxson. Pax shoots the long one. No good left of the key. Robert Parish the Boston rebound. 13 seconds left. They'll play it for one, and they'll coast to the dressing room with a commanding lead.
You get a mercy timeout.
6. Bird holding to the right against Curitan. 3. Fadeaway shot by Bird. Rimming no. Tipped in McHale. The Bulls were thoroughly embarrassed in the first half of this game. Boston leads by 22 and make that 23. 64-41. We'll be back and recap it after these messages on the Bulls Network. 64-41. The Celtics did it with a late burst in the first half. They blew the game apart, even though they had a solid 10-point lead late in the second quarter. They ran off the final 13 points of the half to open up this 23-point lead. And the Bulls will be hard-pressed to get back in this game against a team the caliber of the defending world champion Boston Celtics. It's going to take a super effort tonight.
Well, they talked about the Celtics having a tough time on their bench, and I can see why, Jim. We haven't seen them in a long time, but their front line, their front team does so much, gets you so far ahead that you don't need the scoring. There's only been a couple hoops, one by Seasting and one by Fred Roberts, outside of their normal guys that put the damage on the Bulls.
Well, this team, they look as if whenever we see them, John, that they toy with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, the Bulls did sneak up on them one time in Chicago last year in the regular season, but we saw it happen in the playoffs in the 3 games, and then they came into Chicago Stadium and just blew the Bulls out in the 3rd game. And we saw it happen really in the first meeting this year in Chicago Stadium, I thought.
That's right. It looked like the Bulls had a chance to pull one out, but they just hung in there, and all of a sudden the Celtics said, okay, we need a win. We're going to go home now. And they put the 6 on the board and took it home with them.
There's a confidence about Boston that borders on arrogance.
Yeah, there is, and they back it up. You and I can look up at those flags. As we mentioned before, there's a lot of them up there. They're looking for one more.
Well, they've got a commanding lead tonight as the Celtics are trying for their 5th straight win. They lead the Bulls here in Boston Garden by 23. 64-41. We'll be back and have another edition of the NBA Journal after these messages on the Bulls Network. Like Michael Jordan of the Bulls, leading the NBA in scoring at 37.4. He's got a commanding lead on Alex English. English at 29.3 headed into the new year. Rebounds per game, Moses Malone and Buck Williams running 1-2. Moses averaging over 12 rebounds a game. Buck Williams nearly 12. And then Charles Oakley and Bill Laimbeer of the Detroit Pistons are tied for 3rd at 11.8. Field goal percentage. You've got Charles Barkley and Artis Gilmore shooting well over 60% from the field, running 1-2. Free throw percentage, former Celtic Gerald Henderson of the New York Knicks at .902 and Larry Bird of the Celtics at .90. 3-point percentage leaders, Detlef Schrempf of the Dallas Mavericks, Kiki Vandeweghe of the Portland Trail Blazers, both over 52% from 3-point range. Magic Johnson having an outstanding year. He had 18 assists last night in that Laker win over Portland. Magic leading the league at 11.7. And Sleepy Floyd of Golden State right behind him in the assist column at 10.3. Steals per game, Alvin Robertson and Derek Harper running 1-2. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan running 6th in the league in steals at 2.39. Mark Eaton and Hakeem Olajuwon leading the NBA in block shots. Eaton at 4.48 and Olajuwon at 3.2. As for the Bulls starting the brand new year in the season, the 86-87 season, how were they doing last year? Not at this time, but after 29 games. Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Last year, the Bulls were at 10-19 after 29 games. In fact, they were wrapping up a home-and-home series with Boston. They had beaten the Celtics in Chicago Stadium on their 29th game after losing to them here in Boston Garden. And this year, of course, the Bulls at 500. We'll be back in Boston Garden after these messages on the Bulls Network. Bulls are back out on the floor. And in the first half, whenever you come into a famous building and you have great athletes out there, you've got highlights to look at, Big Reds.
Oh, well, hey, have we got some highlights? Yes, we have got some highlights. We'd like to show them to you now. Take a look now. Well, here's Michael Jordan, a little hang time up over a little bit everybody. He got the ball knocked back at him. He says, well, and I'm a little further. I can still make this one, and he does. Now, Larry Bird also put out a show here in the first quarter. He just stood looking at Daryl Cureton when he got the ball and said, uh-oh, you're not too close. I better shoot this. He gets a three-pointer. Then Michael Jordan took the ball on the other end and was able to come down the middle. He gets a ball tapped out of him. He drives in the middle, goes up, hangs, bang, knocks the ball in off the side and takes a foul. There's Fred Roberts, goes up, gives Parish a move. Parish wheels to the middle, then he comes down the baseline and just cleans house as he flips it on through. And Danny Ainge was back in the starting lineup. They flip it over here on the side, just move the ball around a little bit, hit the open man, and Danny knew what to do with it. Danny made a great play also underneath to Kevin McHale. Everybody had turned their head to watch what was going on one side, and Ainge threw it right under to Kevin, and he knocked it in for 2.
Boston Celtics on target for their 5th straight victory and trying to improve their record to 21-9 and their home court record to 11-2. Remember, they have lost here in the Boston Garden this year, and they have also lost at Hartford this year. So they have 2 home court, if you will, losses.
Well, the Bulls have their job cut out for them, Jim, if they're going to pick up a victory here tonight. Down 23, and I remember over the years the Bulls have been able to come back from big deficits, but this is an awful big one tonight, and we'll have to see what Doug's going to do the second half now.
And he'll reach that decision probably toward the end of the 3rd quarter, whether or not, if he's in the game or not, he tries to go for the victory, or you try to just stay healthy for tomorrow night.
That's right. We'll at least probably see a little more of Sedale Treat this half, too.
Sedale Treat did play a little bit in the first half, but the Celtics up big here at halftime, and we'll be back with the 3rd quarter from the Boston Garden after these messages on the Bulls Network. The 18 points in the first half. Charles Oakley has 6. Curitin, Paxson, and Corzine with 4 apiece. As for the Celtics, Kevin McHale with 19. Now we have Bird with 17 and McHale with 17. That's the correct totals. Robert Parish has 13. Danny Ainge with 11. Hot shooting by the Celtics in the first half tonight. 68%, 26 of 38 from the field. As for the Bulls, they are 18 of 42 for 43%. And Boston has converted 9 of 11 free throws. And the Celtics have out-rebounded the Bulls, and soundly so.
Sometime, yeah.
The Bulls, the top rebounding club in the league in some statistical breakdowns. And Boston, led by Robert Parish with 6. Dennis Johnson with 5, has out-rebounded the Bulls by 11. And the Bulls with Charles Oakley leading them in rebounds with 5.
We talked about what the Bulls were, the front line was shooting for the Boston Celtics, Jim. They're shooting Bird 52, McHale 59, Parish 54, and you said that, yeah, that's right on the year, but if they shot that tonight, we might have a lead. That's right, because tonight that group is 18 out of 25, shooting 72%.
Boy, and their team shooting 68. Here's Paxson in the Bulls front court. Long way to go for the Bulls to be competitive in the game. Oakley has it out to the left. Left corner is Paxson. Shot clock at 10. Paxson around a Waiters pick. Jordan with the ball to the right, 6 to shoot. Paxson on the dribble left, 4 on the clock. Granville Waiters top of the circle. Curitin to Jordan right baseline, 24-second violation. Right in front of their bench. Right in front of the Bulls bench.
You and I start pointing to the clock, about 6 seconds to go.
Dennis Johnson into the front court. Scoop pass left to Ainge. Right side is Bird. Long jumper. Good. 19 for Bird in the game. Bird is 7 for 12 from the field now after that hoop. Paxson to the right, gives it up to Oakley, top of the key. Right side Paxson. Bounce pass underneath. Michael Jordan gets in deep. Reverse layup missed. Oakley with a follow, and a foul on Bird. Oakley shoots 2. First foul of the game on Larry Bird.
Michael looked like he was trying to make 2 the hard way that time. He stuffed it up through the bottom of the basket. Charles got the rebound, put it up, and drew the foul, and that was on Bird, right?
Yep. Oakley has 6 points in the game tonight, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Yeah, the Bulls in the first half were 5 of 11 from the foul line. Oakley hits the first one. 66-42 Boston. 11:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Oakley's second shot is in. 14,890. Another sellout crowd for the Celtics. Dennis Johnson in their front court. Ainge has it on the weave, plays it left to Bird. The outside shot by Bird missed one. Rebound tipped off to Paxson. John Paxson into the Bulls front court. Pax plays it underneath, gets it right back in the left corner, back inside to Curitin. He tried to hand it to Oakley, but he stepped out of bounds before he did. Opportunity to pick up a couple on the Celtics, and the Bulls turn it over. Dennis Johnson leans over the dribble out front against Jordan. A bullet pass underneath to Larry Bird, and his reverse layup is missed. Waiters clears it to Jordan. Michael Jordan in the front court. Jordan on the move, down the lane against Johnson to the hoop. Scoop shot is in, foul call. Michael Jordan shoots for three.
Ainge couldn't believe it. He put his hands over his head. What a job Michael made with the shot coming in. Came in, he had Dennis Johnson, the best in the business, going back on his heels, and he went to the middle. He went right, then to the middle.
I think they called it on DJ.
Did they?
Yeah. Michael Jordan on the foul line. 20 points tonight.
Sure.
Yep. And Oakley tips it back out to Jordan. The Bulls keep the ball. Get a 4-point play try. Paxson dances off to the right. 10:22 left in the third. Oakley outside left against Robert Parish. Paxson with it, feeds it right side to Curitan. Down the lane, Jordan. Michael in deep, scoops it off to Curitan underneath. Missed the layup, taken down by Kevin McHale. Danny Ainge blowing in on Paxson. Picks it up left of the lane. Hands the ball to Bird. He strolls to the left baseline. And over the head pass to Ainge. Outside Dennis Johnson down the lane. Flips it up when he felt contact with Paxson. Second foul on Paxson, and Dennis Johnson shoots two. Dennis Johnson with 2 first-half points tonight. 79% free throw shooter.
He had 5 rebounds and 6 assists in that first half.
Knocks the free throw in. 3 points for him. DJ, 11 years in the NBA now.
That's going to be maybe the downfall of this club, because they got a lot of guys. 2 of them on the bench now, their 12th year, are both hurt.
Yeah. They're going to start going fast. Here's Paxson in the front court. Paxson against Ainge. Works to the left and picks it up. Right side is Oakley. Oakley on the drive. Dumps it out to the left to Paxson. Back inside, the Bulls play it. The inside shot won't go. Charles Oakley. The rebound knocked loose to the floor. Bird comes up with it. Plays it ahead to Robert Parish.
Parish is never in a hurry on a fast break, is he?
Nope.
When he's dribbling.
What's the hurry up? 23. And 9.5 left in the third. Ainge with a ball left of the key, guarded by Jordan. Shot clock at 7. Bird right of the lane. Return feed to McHale, out of bounds. Knocked out by the Bulls. Boston will get 5 on the shot clock to come in baseline right.
We found out a way to stop Bird. McHale ran into him.
Bird looks baseline right, comes into Danny Ainge. Paxson steals the ball from him. Here comes Paxson, the drive against Ainge. Feeds it to Oakley down the lane, and Ainge a foul as Charles Oakley was going for the layup.
That looked good a job as anybody could do that Ainge did on that play. I couldn't see it close enough to see if he got him across the hands, but he was able to defend against good steal by Pax, and now Ainge had to get back and defend against Pax driving all the way. And Johnny flipped it in the middle, and now he was sad looking, wasn't he?
Oakley to shoot 2 as Brad Sellers comes in for the Bulls to replace Waiters. Oakley's free throw is good.
Let him get off one.
Charles about to attempt his 8th free throw of the game. He has 9 points tonight and has made his last 3 free throw attempts.
Soon, huh?
Charles drills them both. 68-47. Celtics the lead with 9:13 left. Bulls have extended the defense somewhat. Jordan putting pressure on Johnson as he comes into the front court. Dennis Johnson out near the timeline. Bounce pass to Parish. Out high. Bird pops out to 3-point range. Curitan covers. Here's Danny Ainge on the drive across the lane. Dishes for Johnson. Left baseline fadeaway jumper. Rimming no. Rebound John Paxson. Pax pushes it up on the drive. Takes it in for the right side. Splits 2 people. Missed the layup. Oakley with a follow no. Got it back and then laid it in. Good job by Oak. Charles Oakley brings the Bulls within 19.
He got some rebounds, didn't he?
Yep. Had 5 at the half. Has 12 points in the game as he scored 6 points here in the third quarter. Larry Bird off to the right. Standing dribble at the hash mark. Dumps it into Parish right of the lane. Jump pass outside Dennis Johnson. Left corner is Danny Ainge. Underneath McHale. He juggles. Gets it back out to Ainge. Open shot Dennis Johnson. No good. Top of the key. The long rebound to Paxson. Paxson to the front court for the Bulls. Feeds it left to Brad Sellers. He goes to the hoop for the left and he's knocked away as he came inside. Who's foul on? Ainge? Danny Ainge with his 3rd. 14 fouls. Non-shooting foul.
Boy, it looked like Sellers was going to take it up hard to the hoop, but he just laid it off, and it is a non-shooting foul.
Bulls have it in play. Curitan with it. Top of the key. Left side is Paxson. Pax against Ainge into Oakley. Back to Pax in the left corner. Lean in shot by Paxson. Banked it, no good, but a foul called. Danny Ainge has picked up his 4th foul. But this is the one position the Celtics have a little depth, because now they'll come with Seasting.
That's exactly right. And then Carlisle is not going to hurt him that much either in that one position. As long as they stay strong at the other 4, you're right.
John Paxson on the free throw line for the first time tonight. 88% free throw shooter. Pax had 4 points in the first half.
What happens, Jimmy, is they wear Pax out with those 3-4 fouls, and now he's got him out of the game, but Pax's energy is also taken out of him.
Paxson hits them both. 68-51 Boston. Dennis Johnson into the front court. Kevin McHale plays it left to Seasting. Bird out front, dumps it inside. Sellers tipped it away on a pass to McHale.
Good play
John
by
Paxson
Sellers.
into the front court. Yep.
His 3rd steal.
Sellers has got that quickness. He can come around in front that player like you talk about. Michael Jordan in for the right side. Underneath, a wild reverse move, and the ball tipped out of bounds to Boston. Michael got inside, and his reverse shot was just way up in the air. Celtics the ball, 7:30 left in the 3rd. Dennis Johnson in the front court. And a 20-second timeout taken by K.C. Jones. Bulls were down 23 points at halftime tonight. They've trailed by as many as 24. And now trail by 17. You know, this could be the year for the Fighting Illini. Remember, Illinois basketball all season long on 67 WMAQ. The Bulls were soundly out-rebounded in the first half tonight, but they have turned that around here in the 3rd quarter, out-rebounding the Celtics 7-2. And the reason this is true, John, or part of the reason, is that Boston is actually missing some shots.
Missing some shots, and Charles got, I think, 3 offensive rebounds. Well, the
on
Bulls
one
have,
play.
Yeah, one play. They didn't capitalize on that play where Sellers stole the ball this last time, so they would have had a chance to really cut it down, cut into this lead.
Celtics have it in play. Robert Parish has it. Gives it left to Seasting. Seasting guarded by Paxson. Bird breaks out top of the key. 8 to shoot. In the lane, Parish. Double fake. Now the shot. Rimming. No. And the rebound to Michael Jordan. Jordan brings it up. Plays the ball up court to Oakley. Jordan gets it back on the left side. Michael a fake on a drive off to Curitin in for the right. Reverse move block. Tip tries Sellers. No. Oakley again. No. Sellers again. Yes. Good effort by Oakley and Brad Sellers. It's a 15-point Boston lead. 6:52 left in the 3rd. Larry Bird right at the key. Return pass into to Seasting. A pump pass out to Parish, and he is fouled by Curitin or Jordan. Earl Curitin picks up his 2nd foul. And a timeout taken with 6:46 left in the 3rd quarter. 68-53 Boston. Back after these messages on the Bulls Network. Quarter in the Boston Garden, and the Celtics, who were cruising a moment ago by 24, have had that lead cut to 15, 68-53. You know, in 1985, John, in the 84-85 season, Michael's rookie year, the Bulls came from a large deficit, came from behind, and won here. It's the last time they have posted a victory on this floor.
Well, the Celtics are 1 for 6 in this quarter, and the Bulls are 3 for 10, but the Bulls have out-rebounded them 10-2. And I'm getting, excuse me for saying this all the time, but I am colder and colder. You know what? They built this wrong. They should, there's a train station down below this old historic building. They should divert one of the trains right up here through this building and start from scratch.
Boston has it in play. Dennis Johnson holding against Michael Jordan. Left of the circle is Bird against Curitin. On the left wing is Seasting. Into McHale. McHale turns, shoots on Sellers. Rimming no. Parish the rebound over Oakley. Back outside. They come to Dennis Johnson. He dumps it into Parish. Low right. Left side Seasting. He fires good. Seasting got 3 on the double up of Robert Parish. Good pass by Parish. Celtics by 17.
Brad Sellers made him shoot a little bit higher. Made McHale shoot a little higher in that shot.
You got to play a tall player on him. No question. On the move. Paxson, top of the key. Right side, Jordan. Long outside jumper, no good. Rebound tipped away. Sellers goes into the corner, and it's out of bounds to the Bulls as Sellers screens Seasting away from the ball. 6:03 left in this quarter. The Bulls again getting another crack at it. Brad Sellers to make the inbounds pass. He comes in to Oakley. Paxson has it between the circles. Paxson takes it left against Seasting. Into Jordan. Michael outside Oakley. Right side Curitan. Curitan on the drive to the foul line. Now to Jordan. 12 to shoot. Michael turns on Dennis Johnson. Double fake. Now the shot. No good. Rebound Larry Bird. Up court they play it to Parish. Cross court to an open Seasting. He shoots out of the corner. No good from the left. Rebound Paxson. The Bulls take it back the other way. Pax pushes it up the middle. All the way. Dumps it off inside. It's tipped away and out of bounds. Off of Paxson. Boston throws it deep to Robert Parish. Parish in on Oakley. Lays it up. No. Bird with a rebound. Fake, fake. Lean in. Flip. No. Foul called. And Larry Bird shoots two. Brad Sellers, his fourth foul.
Boy, that about destroys Bird when that shot fell off the rim and out. He followed it up, though. Parish didn't know exactly how to handle that fast break, and when Bird got it, he gave a fake, threw it up, and it rolled around.
Bird's free throw around and in. 20 points for him in the game. Elston Turner coming on for the Bulls. Earl Curitan out. Jordan will guard Bird.
But it's a couple, 3 times now the ball swung around pretty good for the Bulls offensively, Jim, and ended up in Earl's hand, and Earl just is not the player for that to happen.
Larry Bird hits them both. 72-53, Boston by 19 after the Bulls had cut it to 15. Jordan with the ball off to the left. Turner has it top of the key. Inside Oakley. Charles a hook up and good on Parish. Oakley with that quick pivot and a hook. 14 points for Oakley tonight. Dennis Johnson stops the dribble, gives it to Parish right of the key. Parish turns now to Bird right of the lane against Jordan. 10 to shoot. Bird against Jordan. Bird backs in, dumper it off to Johnson. He scooped it in, drew the foul. Dennis Johnson on the drive. Good feed by Bird.
What a play. Bird was double teamed on a play. And he still got the eyes going out of the side of his head, and you'll see a blur if you're watching the TV come down, and that was Dennis Johnson. He just hooked it up over his head and threw it in.
That foul on Turner. Trying for the recovery, his first, and Dennis Johnson hits the free throw. 7 points for DJ. Celtics up 20. 4:48 left in the third quarter. Pax into the front court. Pax coming left to stop the dribble. Wide left is Oakley. Now to Turner left of the key. Turner against Bird. Into Sellers. 6 to shoot. Sellers back out to Elston Turner. 3 on the clock. Into Sellers. Turnaround shot on McHale. Rebound Oakley. Loose ball foul. Oh, that hit something, didn't it?
I thought it did, didn't it?
Didn't that hit the rim? I thought it nicked the rim. They say 24-second violation. Boston with the ball and a 20-point lead. Dennis Johnson walks it up. Johnson against Turner. A hook pass underneath to Bird. Loose. Brad Sellers the steal. Ahead to Jordan. Michael blowing in. Feeds Oakley. And Oakley got fouled by Ainge in what looked like a clean block. Or by Seasting, I'm sorry, in what looked like a clean block. Second foul on Seasting.
Boy, it sure did look like Seasting had ball all the way. Jordan with a bullet pass underneath.
Got him with the body before the shot.
Yeah.
Let's pause for station identification on the Bulls Basketball Network.
This is WFLD TV, Fox 32 in Chicago.
Charles Oakley makes the first free throw attempt. 15 points for him tonight. 75-56. Second shot is also in. The Boston lead is 18. Dennis Johnson walks it up. Michael Jordan picks him up at the timeline. Now the Bulls have Turner on Bird. DJ having trouble controlling the dribble against Jordan. It was knocked out of bounds by Jordan in the right corner. 13 on the shot clock as Boston will come in. Bird flips it in play to Dennis Johnson. Bird gets it back against Elston Turner. Dumps it off to Johnson. Long outside jumper. In and out from the right. McHale the rebound. A half hook. Bank no. McHale again. And a foul called on Charles Oakley.
Charles disgusted with that call. They kept it alive. Bird went up like he's going to take a fadeaway shot. He brought 3 people to him, and then he just dumped it off to Dennis Johnson. Johnson shot it. Now Bird's momentum carried him to the board, but McHale's the guy that picked it up. threw it up against the glass, draw the foul.
Hits the free throw. 18 points for McHale in the game. 76-57. He's got 18. Bird's got, let's see, 21. McHale hits them both. 19. Parish has 13. Outside of the left is Paxson for the Bulls. Oakley with it, top of the key, alley-oop to Jordan, tipped away by Bird and out of bounds. Boy, Boston, they read the Bulls' backdoor plays, and the Bulls have, or the Celtics have run some backdoors to Bird that nobody's read. Oakley with the ball in the left corner. Jordan has it left lane against Dennis Johnson. Michael with a fake left baseline pump, good off the glass. 22 for Jordan. Celtics still comfortably in front by 18. 3:20 left in the third. Backdoor play tipped away by Turner this time as the Bulls pick up on it. They were trying to run that play to Bird. Here's Michael Jordan down the lane. Scoop pass to Oakley. Jump ball called as Jordan was trying to dish to Oakley coming to the hoop. Technical foul called on Doug Collins by Paul Mahalik.
His program went flying that time. Doug got the T call. They want Bird to shoot it, but yeah, he's drifting on back down the court to get in position. That's a foul, Doug says. That's a foul driving to the hoop, and you're going to call a jump ball, but
Bird will shoot the tech. Hits it. 78-59. Fred Roberts is in. Parish is out. And now a jump ball. Dennis Johnson and Michael Jordan.
that noise you hear sounding like a boo, that's the chief.
Yep.
They holler when Parish goes.
Blaine Reichelt to toss the ball up. 3:15 left in the third. Tipped twice. Finally controlled by Fred Roberts. Seasting brings it up.
I think Michael's going to try to slam it next time. I mean, dynamic slam.
Here's Seasting on the move left of the circle. 10 on the shot clock. Right side Dennis Johnson. 8 to shoot. Right corner Roberts. Dennis Johnson on the drive again. A double dribble. That is turnaround shot. No good. Rebound tipped around. Elston Turner gets it. Turner plays it up court to Michael Jordan. Jordan left of the lane against Johnson. Gets double teamed. Out to Turner. Left of the circle shot. ET right through. Elston Turner hits it. Turner has 5 and the Bulls trail by 17. They run the deep pass to McHale and it's out of bounds.
Charles had his hands up just enough to keep it in McHale's eyes. The ball went off his hand and out of bounds.
Timeout. 2:32 left in the third. 78-61. Boston by 17 on the Bulls network. Here becomes a lesson in survival of the fittest. Keith Carradine, Powers Booth, and Fred Ward star in Southern Comfort Monday night at 7 on Movie 32. Burr, cold shooting.
Oh, by the home team. 3 for 13. They've cooled off, but the Bulls 6 for 16.
Yeah, but 8 free throws by the Celtics in this quarter have enabled them to hold this substantial 17-point lead. 2.5 minutes left in the third. Seidel Threet in for the Bulls. Elston Turner brings it up. Feeds it left to Michael Jordan. Jordan on the move. Baseline left is fouled by Dennis Johnson. And what looked like a clean block from this side. But maybe that's the even up call from the one that Doug Collins got a technical on. Dennis Johnson with his third.
Celtics have done a good job on Jordan. He had 18 in the first half. And he's got now 22 in the game.
Free throw rims in. 23 for Jordan tonight. 3 for 5 from the foul line. 2:20 left. The second shot is also in. That's the second time in this third quarter the Bulls have pulled to within 15. Dennis Johnson brings it up. Jordan puts some pressure on him in the backcourt. DJ in the front court leans over the dribble. Turns off to the right, plays it wide right to Seasting, guarded by Threet. Low right, Bird lays it in. And is fouled by Oakley. I got 5 fouls on Charles Oakley. Now they call it on Turner, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Turner was down low guarding him, and he just came with the left hand, flipped it up underneath. Turner did a good job on him outside, so Bird said, I better just take him downtown. Right in the hole.
Yeah, boy. 25 points for Bird in the game, and Boston up 81-63. 2 minutes left in the third. Elston Turner's outside jumper, no good from the left. Rebound tipped to the floor. Turner tracks it down underneath, tries to save and does to Michael Jordan out front. Jordan down the lane is fouled by Bird. That's only the second foul on Bird, and Michael Jordan shoots 2. And they have him with 3 at the scorer's table. How many do you have on Elston Turner in the game?
Yeah, I've got 2 on ET.
Yep. Jordan's free throw is in. Second shot, that's in. Michael Jordan has 26. 81-65 Boston. Dennis Johnson between the circles against Jordan, works right around a Fred Roberts screen. DJ has picked it up at the 3-point stripe. Lob into Bird, low right. A foul on Turner before the shot.
He went right back. Bird went right back at taking Turner into the pivot, into the pack they go. Turner trying to lean on him. Bird catches the ball down low as Dennis Johnson gives it to him, and a little battling underneath. But Bird at the line to shoot a couple. He missed his first free throw of the game, and since then has been perfect.
He has poured in 8 in a row since then. 26 points for him tonight after making the first of 2. 27.
That's what you have to do when you shoot 90%. Make 9 out of 10, which you just did.
83-65. See Dal Threet, minute and a half left in the third. Out front, Elston Turner gives to Jordan way out front. 14 to shoot. Jordan on the walk to the right, guarded by Dennis Johnson. Oakley holding in the right corner. Brad Sellers has it with 6 on the clock. Right side, Jordan. Michael turnaround, pumps the shot up. Bank, no. Tipped around. Boston has it. Dennis Johnson. Outlets to Bird. On ahead to Fred Roberts. Falls down on the dribble, and then Ainge lost the ball out of bounds as he tried to save it. Or Seasting. Ainge been sitting a while with his 4 fouls. Dal Threet up court for the Bulls, guarded by Seasting, head of the key. Out to the left, Jordan. Michael gets double teamed. He traveled, no call. Threet with the ball between the rings. 10 to shoot. Threet on the move right side. Beats Seasting in for the right. Lays it up on Dennis Johnson. No. Oakley with a follow after a fake. Got it blocked. Brad Sellers a fake underneath. Another fake. Then shoots it in. Good effort. Sellers with 6. 83-67. Bulls unable to cut into this lead.
They're just
Jordan
hanging her.
guarding Seasting in the backcourt. Now Seasting comes across. Bulls are unable to mount any run. Bird
Down
bodying up with Turner off the ball. 10 to shoot. There's Bird with it. Right side, 8 on the clock. Bird a fake right of the lane.
Oh.
Who's the foul on? Threet or Turner?
That's Threet.
Threet records his second foul they've announced. How many do you have on him?
I only had 1 on him.
Me too. Here's Banks ready to come on for the Bulls. Bird back to the free throw line to attempt his 11th and 12th free throws of the game. Greg Kite is in. McHale is out. 27 seconds left in the third quarter.
Just got in. It's on.
Bird hits the free throw. 28 points for him. A pair of threes early on tonight. 84-67. Second shot. Yep. Boston up by 18. Dal Threet strolls into the front court. Bulls are going to play for 1. Shot clock at 15. About 2 difference. Threet between the rings, guarded by Seasting.
Offensive foul.
On
Charles.
Oakley.
Could it be?
Charles Oakley. Nope. Banks. Banks setting a screen, picks up an offensive foul. That's a Bulls turnover, and Boston has a chance to go up 20 after 3. Can't spot him. 20 with 12 to play. Here's Jordan stealing the ball from Johnson, who got it right back. Johnson in for the right, dishes to Kite. His layup blocked by Sellers. Ball on the floor. Oakley out of there with it, but the third quarter comes to an end before the Bulls can do anything about it. Boston 85, the Bulls 67. That's the score after 3. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after these messages on the Bulls Network. Fox 32. It includes the Elvis Comeback Concert and Aloha from Hawaii. And it comes up Sunday, January 11th, starting at noon on Fox 32. Bulls need a comeback right here and now. Down 18 as we get ready to go to the fourth quarter.
They had a slight one going there, Jim, but never could really put it over the hump. And
keep talking. I can see your breath.
I am really cold, and thanks to Tommy Schnecke, who just brought me a hot chocolate. I'm going to put it in my foot. Put my foot in it.
Well, the man with the bill for the heating oil, please report to the scoring table. The Bulls have been out-rebounded by the Celtics tonight, 30-26, and soundly outplayed in all facets of the game. Celtics playing like the defending world champions that they are. Darren Day is back. They've got Roberts, Day, Parish, Seasting, Johnson. The Bulls, Threet, Paxson, Oakley, Banks, Sellers. Robert Parish dribbles into the front court as the Bulls put on some full court pressure. Parish gives the ball to Fred Roberts, and he angles left in the dribble against Brad Sellers. 12 on the shot clock. Roberts to the left baseline, turned away and plays to Dennis Johnson on the left wing. Parish down low left in on Oakley. Short jumper, good. Robert Parish hasn't scored in the second half until then. Hasn't been needed. Parish with 15 and Boston up 20. Gene Banks outside left. Threet with it top of the key. Paxson has it to the right. Plays it down low to Sellers. A fake. Now the shot on Fred Roberts is missed. Parish tips the ball outside to Fred Roberts. Boston on the break. Dennis Johnson dishes underneath it. Day missed the shot and Sellers the rebound. Banks has it. Paxson with it now. Left side Seidel. Threet. Down low left Sellers in on Roberts. Turnaround shot good. Brad Sellers scoring from the left baseline. 8 points for Brad Sellers. Danny Ainge ready to come back into the game. Seasting controlling off to the left. Dave Corzine ready to come on for the Bulls. Darren Day top of the circle against Banks. 10 on the shot clock. Parish left to the lane, back to the hoop, backs in on Charles Oakley. Turnaround shot, in and out. Oakley the rebound. Up court to Banks. Banks closing in from the right side. Has picked it up. Seidel Threet has it. Back into Banks low right. Dumps it underneath to Sellers, who pumps the shot up no good, but a foul on Parish. Third foul on Parish. Brad Sellers shoots 2. Corzine is in. Oakley is out.
Good job by Charles. I'll tell you, it was a losing battle for him the whole time, but he was battling those boards.
Oakley with a lot of rebounds, probably in double figures there, and he has 16 points tonight.
And he's had a tough time putting some points on the board. And he did. He put some on tonight.
They bring Danny Ainge into the game and take Dennis Johnson now. Sellers hits the free throw. And now McHale returns to replace Roberts. Brad Sellers with 9 points tonight. 87-70. 87-71. Not much drama this evening. Danny Ainge up court for Boston. Outside left, Darren Day. The pass went right through his hands, out of bounds. And the Bulls have an opportunity to take advantage of a Boston miscue. Seidel Threet off to the right. Dishes for Banks. Left of the circle. Shot rimming. Nope. Rebound. McHale. Loose ball foul. Brad Sellers. Now I have him with 5.
I have him with 5. And they have him with 5.
Seasting into the front court. Darren Day out front, guarded by Banks. Right side is Ainge. Low right, Parish. Jump pass on the come around to Seasting. The outside jumper no good. Long rebound. Paxson has it. 3-on-1 break for the Bulls. Paxson to Seidel Threet. He laid it in. So Seidel Threet with his first 2 points as a Bull. 87-73. This is the closest the Bulls have been.
Came on a running play too, Jim.
Yep. Robert Parish out front, guarded by Corzine. Jordan and Bird ready to come on. Here's Day against Banks, right of the lane, 8 to shoot. Day turnaround shot under pressure, rimming, good. Darren Day with his first 2 points tonight.
His first 2 points for them, I think, too.
Dave Corzine, top of the circle. Down low, Sellers turns on McHale, fake, shoots the shot, good, and a foul called on McHale or Parish. Bird in. Robert Parish with his 3rd foul of the game. Bird in, Day out. Michael Jordan coming for Sellers, has to stay at the scorer's table. Brad Sellers rims the free throw, no good. McHale the rebound. 89-75 Boston. 9:15 left. Ainge doubled in the front court. Jump pass to Seasting. Ainge gets it back off to the left against Threet. Ainge picks it up at the stripe into McHale low left. McHale's half hook around and out. Dave Corzine corrals the rebound. Gives to Seidel. Threet. Threet pushes it up. Hook pass to Banks in the left corner. Banks in the drive. Inside. Reverse layup is in. Gene Banks has brought the Bulls within 12 with that shot. 8:48 left. Danny Ainge into the front court. Casey Jones wants time, but what that will do will get Michael Jordan back into the game sooner. Timeout Boston, 8:45 for the game. It's 89-77. The Celtics up by a dozen. We'll be back after these messages on the Bulls Network. Parish in concert next Saturday night, 1 week from tomorrow, following the New Jersey game. A ticket for the game gets you a ticket for the concert. Tickets for that game and for all Bulls games available at the stadium box office at all Ticketron locations or charged by phone. Call 853-3636. The Celtics, who led by 24, lead by 12 with 8:45 left. It's 89-77. Boston coming out with McHale, Bird, Ainge, Seasting, and Parish. The Bulls have Jordan, Corzine, Banks, Paxson, and Threet.
But at third quarter, the shooting was miserable for both clubs, but free throw accuracy pretty good. 13 of 13 for the Celtics, 12 out of 13 for the Bulls.
The Bulls outscored Boston by 3 hoops from the field. Here's a pass loose. Seidel, Threet the steal. The Bulls push it up. Threet takes it down to the left, feeds Jordan. Michael on the drive in the lane, fakes in deep, pumps a pass to Banks. Right baseline jumper, good. It's a 10-point game. Gene Banks with 4.
Good D by Seidel Threet.
He's putting pressure on Ainge shy of the line, and now Bird in the front court has it. Plays to Parish out high to the right. Shot clock at 14. Banks on Parish. Right side is Danny Ainge. Bird has it right of the lane. Out to Ainge. A long jumper. Good. Danny Ainge from the right of the circle. His first 2 points of the second half. He's got 13 in the game. Seidel Threet shoots it up around and out right of the circle. Bird the rebound. 8 minutes left. Seasting in the front court. Right side is Danny Ainge. Ainge against Paxson. Into McHale. His half hook rolls out, and the rebound to Banks. Ahead to Jordan. Michael doesn't have the numbers. Slows it down to a walk in the front court. 7:45 left. Here's Threet on the move left of the lane. Got a blocking foul called.
Seasting.
Yep. Jerry Seasting with his 3rd. He leaves as Dennis Johnson returns. Boston has committed 3 team fouls now. Michael Jordan brings it in to Seidel Threet. Threet on the walk between the rings, takes it right around a Gene Banks screen. Threet against McHale, outside jumper right of the lane is in. Seidel Threet hits the shot.
That's the one we've been looking for, that outside threat. And he knows this Boston club, huh, Jim?
Oh, he does. He's played those great games with them against the Sixers. 91-81. 10-point Celtic lead. Bird holds to the right, a lob to Parish, right of the lane. Paxson doubles. He gets it to Johnson. Left baseline jumper, Danny Ainge. In and out. Rebound is Threet. Here come the Bulls on the drive. Threet a spin move into the front court. Pulls up, feeds Paxson. Right baseline jumper. In and out. Banks the rebound and follow. The hook is no good. Michael Jordan powers up. Yeah! Michael Jordan gets it to go. It's an 8-point game. 7 minutes left to go in the Boston Garden. 14,890. Getting a little nervous now. Dennis Johnson in the front court. DJ off to the right has picked up the dribble. Right corner Bird guarded by Jordan. Bird backs in a double team. A hook pass to Danny Ainge. He steps and shoots at the foul line. Good.
That's almost the one guy you don't want open, you know, outside.
Michael Jordan off to the left. Jordan guarded by Dennis Johnson. Michael hesitation move. Now Corzine feeds Banks underneath. Blocked off the glass by McHale. Boston with it. They rolled. He blocked it below the rim.
I don't think they saw it.
93-83 Celtics. 6:16 left. Johnson feeds to Bird in the right corner, guarded by Jordan, doubled by Threet. Hook pass to Parish, right of the lane. Parish fadeaway shot under pressure. Rebound Michael Jordan. Here come the Bulls back as Jordan pushes it up on the drive. Takes it down the lane, feeds it left to Threet, 20-footer. Good, left wing. Seidel, Threet has 6. Michael looked one way and fed it the other. It's 93-85 Boston, 5:50 left. Bird in the Celtic front court has picked it up off to the right and off the ball. We get a
Banks.
Foul on Gene Banks. 3 fouls on Banks. They have him with 2. Second on the team. Banks is out. Oakley is in. 5:47 left. 93-85 Boston. They led by 24. The Bulls have cut it to 8. Time's a wasting though. 5:42 for the game. McHale has it head of the key. Dennis Johnson out front left against Threet. Down the lane, Bird lays it in, draws the foul on Jordan. Jordan with his second foul. Bird on the line to shoot for a 3-point play.
What a play again. He just went down and just melded in with everybody and then released and fell down the lane. As he got the ball, he just laid it on up.
Bird with 31 points tonight. As you look at it more than you'd like, Bird hits the next free throw. 96-85. Threet in the front court. Down low, Jordan. Michael turns, pumps the shot up inside, around and out. Tip try Oakley, no. Corzine the rebound out to the left. Gives it up to Jordan. Michael is fouled by Danny Ainge. That's 5 fouls on Ainge.
That's the 5th now on Ainge.
14 fouls on Boston.
4 on Boston. I can't find it on that clock. They get everything but.
Bulls have it in play to Threet. Threet on the move off to the right. Hook pass to Oakley, top of the circle, left side Paxson. Underneath they play to Jordan. Michael lays it up. Goaltending on a block by Parish. Michael Jordan gets the hoop. 30 for Jordan. 5:16 left to go. The Bulls putting on full court pressure. Dennis Johnson into the front court. Johnson hounded by Threet off to the right. 96-87 Boston. Bird right of the lane against Jordan. Hook pass to Johnson. His short shot rolls in down low right. As soon as they double on Bird, he gets it to the open man. Here's Paxson. Left corner to Threet. Threet under pressure out to Paxson. Left wing shot by Pax is in. John Paxson hits it. 8 points for him.
Bulls have some outside shooters in the game.
98-89. Danny Ainge in the front court. Parish with it, wheels around Oakley. Foul called, Charles Oakley. I've got Charles with 5.
Boy, Charles played him awfully tight to have the ball out that far.
14 fouls on the Bulls. 4.5 left to go. Backdoor pass thrown out of bounds, tipped out by the Bulls is the call on Dennis Johnson's pass inside to Bird. Bird will inbound it, baseline right. After this Boston timeout. 4:32 left to go in the game. Timeout, it's Boston by 9, 98-89. Back after these messages on the Bulls Network. Playoff tickets and your last chance to feel the thunder of Michael Jordan and the Bulls' great NBA entertainment. You buy the Bulls' final 16 games. That's a stretch run season ticket and receive choice seats, a playoff ticket option, and a $1 discount per ticket. Packages start as low as $96. Why not call the Bulls at 943-5800 for more information.
Yeah, 98-89. Here we go, Jimmy.
4:32 left. Boston will be inbounding to the right of the hoop. Bird to trigger, 19 to shoot. Celtics have Bird, McHale, Ainge, Parish, and Johnson. The Bulls with Jordan, Oakley, Threet, Paxson, and Corzine. Bird to bring it in, right baseline. Comes in to Dennis Johnson, guarded by Threet, off to the right, 16 to shoot. DJ holding to the right. Inside pass to Bird underneath, he lays it in. Jordan went for the steal, didn't get it. Bird with 36. Paxson controlling for the Bulls, off to the right. Into Oakley, guarded by McHale. Now to Paxson in the right corner. Back into Oakley. Oakley against McHale. Double fake, another fake. Has the shot blocked, then follows his own miss. The ball tipped outside. Michael Jordan gets it. Long outside jumper. Jordan no good. Danny Ainge the rebound. 4 minutes left. Boston up by 11.
That was a big one. That was a big hoop, Jimmy.
Dennis Johnson in the front court. DJ to the right. On the move against Threet. Bird has it. He's double teamed. He finds the open man. Danny Ainge, top of the circle. Underneath McHale. His hook won't go, but a foul called. Dave Corzine with the foul, his first.
Corzine is out now, and Sellers in.
With 3:41 left, Kevin McHale on the free throw line.
Well, the experiment of trying to put Jordan up on Bird now. Bird's just taking him in a hole. He doesn't want to go outside. He doesn't have to maneuver to get loose. He just working him down low.
McHale hits the free throw. When I see that matchup, John, I don't see it as a double team. I see it as a one-on-one. Every time the ball goes into Bird, then they come and double on him. Let's just try Michael Jordan one-on-one. Here's Sellers with the ball right at the key. Paxson plays it back outside to Threet. 14 to shoot. Wide left is Paxson. The long outside jumper good. Johnny Paxson, it's just a two-pointer, though. 10 points for him. 102-91 Boston. 3:20 left. Dennis Johnson into the front court. Double team to lob out to the left to Danny Ainge. Ainge dancing on the dribble outside left. Now into McHale. There's the hook. Good over Sellers. That's McHale's first basket in the second half. He's got 23 points in the game. Threet plays it left to Jordan. Michael in deep. Reverse layup. Bank no good. Tip try good. Brad Sellers. Sellers on the tip in. 14 for Sellers. 104-93. Can't trade with him now, though.
No, sir.
The Bulls, who got it down to 9, actually got it down to 8 at one time after trailing by 24. Unable to crack the Celtics. Bird has it right side, double teamed underneath Johnson. He missed the layup. Charles Oakley and Dennis Johnson in a jump ball. And now Dennis Johnson has thrown the ball at Oakley. Something has to be done. He can't do that.
Oakley gave him a shove.
Got to be a technical foul.
That's right.
Got to call a technical. He can't throw the ball at another player. He hit the basket support.
And take a look again on the, as we're looking. Well, it's going to be jump ball here, but two players went for the ball down low. Dennis Johnson missed it, and he came up with half a ball, and he just gave Dennis Johnson a shove. Said, "You want the ball? Take it." Dennis Johnson said, "Hey, wait a minute." He tried to throw the ball, and he hit the back of the backboard, and I wish they would have shot like that earlier.
And Corzine is coming out to talk with the referee, the Bulls captain. How come there's no technical foul when he threw the ball in anger? Timeout. 2:37 left. Boston by 11. 104-93 on the Bulls network. Game against the Detroit Pistons. That's a wild card game on Channel 32. Channel 32 will be presenting the Bulls at home with a fine attraction. The Detroit Pistons in town. 7:30 simulcast on Channel 32 and WMAQ. Charles Oakley and Dennis Johnson in this jump ball with 2:37 left. Big height advantage to the Bulls. DJ at 6'4" and Charles Oakley at 6'9".
Bulls showed a good flash here with Micahel up front, Pax in the back with Threet.
Blaine Reichelt will toss. Oakley tips it twice. Jordan has it ahead to Threet. Threet in, feeds it to Michael, trailing on the play, and he lost it out of bounds. Seidel, Threet. Look at Boston throw it deep to McHale. McHale down low, double teamed. Celtics will set it up back outside Parish. 2:25 remaining. They'll run clock here, leading by 11. Dennis Johnson off to the right against Threet. Bird has it right of the lane, guarded by Jordan. Threet double teams out to Ainge. Left corner, Dennis Johnson. 5 on the clock. Cross court, Bird, a three-point shot. Yep.
Oh, he's loving it too.
Boston by 14 with 2 minutes left. Jordan out to the left against Dennis Johnson. Down the lane, scoop pass to Oakley. Charles has it blocked. Ball off to Jordan, and Michael is fouled going for the hoop. He'll shoot 2 with 1:55 left.
Oh, Bird just rubbed a little face in it that trip. They worked around the other side. He brought all the attention away from him back to Dennis Johnson. Johnson had the shot, but he wasn't going to take it. They challenged him. He fired it across court. Bird says, "Oh, lick my chops." Boom.
I got Bird with 37 points tonight. Another hoop, and he's got a season high. Michael Jordan hits the free throw. Jordan has 31.
Remember the damage he did in Chicago, and he walked away from the fourth quarter.
Michael hits the next one. 107-95 Boston, 1:52 left. Dennis Johnson, a hook pass up court to Danny Ainge. Ainge off to the right. On the walk, 12 to shoot. He's picked it up. Bird has it right of the lane. Now Paxson comes to double. Dennis Johnson with it out front. Right side, Bird, 5 on the clock. Dennis Johnson to Parish, 2 on the clock. Turnaround shot, no good. Robert Parish. Charles Oakley the rebound, 1:30 left. CELTICS 3 up court for the Bulls. Down the lane feeds Paxson. Left corner shot by Pax is in. John Paxson has 12. It's 107-97. 1:23 left to go. Dennis Johnson brings it up against CELTICS 3. DJ slowly comes into the front court. Shot clock at 15. The big one at 1:15. Dennis Johnson leans over the dribble out front. Right side he plays to Ainge. Underneath McHale, half hook is in. Kevin McHale in a post-up play. 109-97, 105 left. Paxson up court, launches a three-pointer from the left. Rimming no. Rebound, Kevin McHale gets it with 1 minute left to go in the game. The Boston Celtics have won their 5th in a row. And the Bulls fall under the 500 mark. 48 seconds left. Dennis Johnson out front, a hook pass under to Bird, tipped away. Boston gets it 6 to shoot. Outside, Dennis Johnson, a three-point shot, in and out. Rebound, McHale, and turns and lays it in. Celtics by 14 with 37 seconds left. Michael Jordan into the front court. Jordan fake, shoots a three-pointer out front, it's in. And $100 to Children's Hospital from Amico as Michael fills one up. 26 seconds left. Tomorrow night, remember, Detroit Pistons in Chicago Stadium. 7:30 simulcast on Channel 32 and WMAQ. Shot clock at 8. Off to the right, Dennis Johnson. Bird has it right of the lane. Jordan poked it away from him, out of bounds with 5 on the shot clock. The Celtics will come in. Here's Pete Myers coming in, replacing Michael Jordan. 35 points for Jordan in the game. Bird looks, he brings it in. Down low right to McHale. McHale turns, fakes, half the hook, good.
It's almost half a layup, isn't it?
Yep. 29 for McHale. Celtics by 14. Pete Myers on the move to the left, shoots a long outside shot. Good, and that's it. The game's over. Boston wins it by 14. The Celtics 113, the Bulls 99. Back after these messages on the Bulls Network. Up by as many as 24 points in this game. The Bulls did make a run. They had it down to 8 at around the 7-minute mark for the game, but Boston wins it by 14, 113-99, and thus the Celtics have won their last 5 in a row, and they go to 21-9 on the season, 12-2 for a home court record. As mark at 14-15 on the road, the Bulls are 5-11 and they're 0-2 against Boston this season.
I think they got a pretty good play out of Brad Sellers off the bench, Jim. They got some scoring opportunities for him playing against some pretty big people. He was in against McHale and Parish most of the time. And CELTICS treat, you could wipe out the first half. He didn't play very well. It was not too many of the people did, but he got 6 points, and it looked good running when they moved Michael up to the forward spot and had he and Pax in the back so they could nail that outside shot and keep on it.
With a solid contribution here tonight against the Boston. Nutrition Council's got the promo scheduled for the 5:30 for the kids. Network game will be tomorrow at 7:30. The Bulls host the Pistons live from the stadium. Sir David Rosengard. Production manager is Ken Kolb. Assistant production manager Tom Fix. Provided by Sports Channel of New England. The executive producer for the Boston 113, the Bulls 99. For Johnny Kerr, this is Jim Durham, the preceding Incorporated and the Chicago Bulls.